The IISc is very famous for its excellent research output. It is one of the oldest research institutes of this country. But most of us don't know that the IISc campus is located on the top of some of the world's oldest rocks. Many of them are at least 3 billion years old. Doesn't seem believable? Let's visit to the actual field. Studying rocks in the field is a real pleasure for a geoscientist. In the backyard of the IISc, in a place called Jubilee Garden, there is a small exposure of such ancient rocks. Now I am standing on this rock, and this light colored rock is called granite. Being a geologist, I can tell you that these minerals are feldspar, these fleshy colored minerals. Some are quartz, these whitish minerals, and there are some brown colored minerals. These are called granites. These are the typical combination of granite. These minerals can be dated using geochemical techniques. And it has been well established that these rocks are the part of the Tharwar craton, which could be as old as 3 billion years. So what are these cratons? In geology, they are the oldest rocks that we find on the surface of the earth. Across different parts of the world, geologists have found this kind of cratons. If you look into this world map, where we can find the ages of the continental rocks by looking at the color map. The dark blue to the purple color represent the oldest continental rocks, which are around 3 to 3.5 billion years old. We can find this kind of rocks in North America, Africa, in Scandinavia, Australia, and in India. The southern part of the Indian peninsula is actually located on one of these cratons. IISc being located in such a region have the real advantage of being the oldest institution. But how could this rock survive for such a long time? We know that Earth is the only rocky planet that exhibits plate tectonics. That means the topmost part of the Earth is continuously destroyed and recreated by the convective currents of the Earth's interior. Because of this convection, it is almost impossible to find such old rocks unless there is something special about them. One of the earliest theories proposed that the cratons are very light. That means they are neutrally buoyant. And this neutral buoyancy helps them to float atop the Earth's internal circulation. Hence, they remain unaffected by this recycling process of creation and destruction. In early 2000s, with the advent of the computer simulation, a new horizon was opened in the geoscience research. Computer simulations can aid in efficiently model billion years of geodynamic processes. Hypotheses that have been proposed for the survival of the cratons can also be tested using the same. The very first numerical model on the craton stability used a simple convection cell and put a neutrally buoyant craton on top of it. This model showed that the craton could not remain stable over time. This led to a new idea that craton must be strong enough to resist the Earth's internal circulation. The strength is measured by the viscosity. Let us understand what is the viscosity with a very simple example. Here we see the honey drips slowly. Contrary to this, water flows much faster. The property that resists the flow of a material is called the viscosity. Viscosity of the Earth's interior is around 10 to the power 21 pascal second, whereas the viscosity of the water is around 0.1 pascal second. So the previous author made another numerical model where they have increased the viscosity of the craton up to 50 times. And the result is visible. Now the deformation is very low. However, what is the viscosity of the craton has remained unconstrained over the last 20-30 years. In my PhD, I try to understand what is the viscosity of the craton using numerical models. The modeling requires rigorous mathematical operations and computational resource. To develop the model of craton stability, I first find where the cratons were located in a distant past. That can be done using plate reconstruction model. We can easily find where the cratons were located at around 410 million years ago. From there, I start my models and simulate till the present day. In my models, I take different viscosity combinations of the craton and the interior of the Earth. So let us take an example where the viscosity of the craton is around 10 to the power 20 to 10 to the power 21 Pascal second. In this case, we see that cratons are deforming very quickly. And at the end of our model, we see there is almost nothing is left. The cratons are completely destroyed. I'll take another case where the viscosity of the craton is kept at 10 to the power 23 to 10 to the power 24 Pascal second. It is observed that there is hardly any deformation of the cratons. I have developed several models by varying the viscosity of cratons and the interior of the Earth. My study proposed that the craton viscosity should be at least in the order of 10 to the power 23 Pascal second. That would help them to survive for billion years. To get a better idea about this number, one can put 23 zeros after 1. That is the minimum viscosity of the craton. Cratons are so stable that earthquakes hardly affect them. In India, though we have several earthquake-prone zones, the southern and the central India has not registered earthquake of a significant magnitude till today. And these areas are marked by these blue colors, which are almost equivalent to a craton. So we can say that as long as you live on the cratons, earthquake won't possibly knock your door. So long live cratons.